AP Lit and Composition. What's up? Well, you know what we're doing here. Independent reading, again, second quarter. So I decided to stick with the trend and read The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. So a couple things that I'd like to point out about The Hunger Games was how great of a read is it? How great of a read it is. I mean, the trilogy is terrific. And I highly recommend that anyone who is semi-interested in reading books or novels to read it, because I think you'll get addicted to how Suzanne Collins uses her stylistic writing, and really attracts the reader and into pulling the reader into wanting to read more and continuing to follow through the trilogy. So a couple things I want to talk to you about is just the setting of the novel. The setting can be best described as taking place in the future, could be 50 years, could be 100 years from now. But that futuristic setting and having this country called Panem, which is originally from North America, but these governments, however, separated, and they created this country called Panem. So that's the main setting of this novel. Another thing I'd like to describe is the minor character in this book. As you know, as I could say from the setting, is that there's 12 districts within this continent, within this country of Panem, and I'd say the most important, what the novel focuses most on, is District 12, where the main character Katniss and Peeta, who represent District 12 in the Hunger Games, are taken from. So a minor character from this is from District 11, Rue, who is a sweet girl and really an ally to Katniss throughout the Hunger Games. And I think the passion that Rue exhibits for just wanting to be innovative and continuing to survive and using those necessary skills to help her survive really can be compared to Katniss in many ways, but her significance is huge just because of the relationship that is established between her and Katniss, and I think that's really important in the novel, and how Katniss kind of gets attached to this girl, and once she passes away, it's very hard for Katniss to kind of get over this, and the whole District 11 really feels for Rue and for Rue's family, and District 11 is really like a family in itself, with all those people. So another thing I'd like to discuss is a dynamic character. So I think a certain dynamic character in this novel would be Haymitch. Haymitch is kind of a drunkard, just a crazy guy. At the very beginning, he's the District 12 trainer for Katniss and Peeta. He had won the Hunger Games as a member of District 12, so he's trying to serve his purpose in helping these two people who are representing District 12 in this particular year. So I think at the very beginning, when Katniss and Peeta are established as being the two representatives for District 12, Haymitch isn't very personal, with developing a relationship with them. I think he's more concerned maybe about himself, and really doesn't care for much of, helping them through this whole process. He's not very, very descriptive, and he doesn't really go into detail about how they can win these games. He might not even feel this very much confidence when it comes to them trying to win this. So, but as the novel progresses, and as Katniss and Peeta display their skills throughout the games, I think Haymitch develops a certain confidence in them and a desire to continue to help them out. And I think it's reflective about how the personal relationship that he develops lasts really throughout their whole tenure in being in a part of the Hunger Games, and it's very important for both of them. An important symbol, I think, what could be the most important symbol, and really reflects what Katniss is all about, is her dress, which her designer Synod made for her. So this dress is kind of a way to advertise and promote the sponsors for the competition for this Hunger Games, and I think it's very important because the dress represents Katniss, her being on fire, literally. The dress, when Katniss swirls around, she kind of turns almost into this fiery animal or fiery bird, and it's very representative of her, of not only her personality but her desire to not, I wouldn't say win the games, but at this point kind of defeat what is going on at the Capitol right now and try to really put an end to the Hunger Games. And I think it just continues to represent her fierceness and her will in wanting to defend and represent District 12 in these games. An important theme in this book, I would say the most important, is the use of suffering as a form of entertainment. For these people, the Hunger Games, is watched so people can view this, and I mean literally for a sign of entertainment, and it's not a very good thing. And it's kind of what's screwed up about the Capitol, is that how they believe that putting these people through this kind of torment and basically laying their lives down so people can enjoy watching them kill each other. It really doesn't make much sense to me, and I think that's one of the things that's screwed up about this whole competition. But for the most part, in closing, I really like the Hunger Games, and it really attracted my interest as a reader, and it continues to make me a better reader, just through being able to observe different themes and motives and symbols used throughout the whole novel. So I thank you again for your time, AP Lit and Comp. We'll see you next time.